I've got a wonky chair.
The pin came out.
Oh dear. Let's just hope you don't fall down like halfway through the recording. Hey guys, welcome to our coffee shop series. Unfortunately, we're not at the coffee shop at this time. We was earlier, we're having a great conversation. However, we changed scenarios because, is it scenarios?
Scenery.
Idiot.
Scenery.
And we just came here. It's a bit more quiet and warm.
And it's quite nice, a lovely house.
It is very, very lovely. Today, our podcast is going to be about...
Basically, we're going to discuss our brand and what we have planning coming for the future. So we're going to go over what we're planning to do and get you guys involved in the brand as well, and basically our restructure. So hope you enjoy it.
We've got lots to cover.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a great opportunity to get to know us as people as well, because I feel like we do have this brand, but people don't know us.
That is true.
Yeah. We go to these events and
That
stuff,
is
and people do meet us. However, on social media, not many people get to see who is behind the brand.
That is true. So I think it'd be better if people just see the faces behind the brand and see the personality behind the brand and get to know us before they get to know the brand. Because I think by getting to know us, you actually get to know the brand, which is a lot better.
Of course. And I feel like it would be really wonderful as a way to connect with you guys as well. I think that's a massive thing with owning a brand and doing social media, is also connecting with people who are behind their screens too. Mm-hmm. It's really important to build that connection with people and just build a community in general. Yeah. I feel like a lot of these brands tend to not kind of build a community and people don't connect with each other. They
don't show their faces, isn't it?
No.
They're trying to stay incognito. It's nice to stay incognito, don't get me wrong, but you got to show your customers and your viewers who they're actually following and connecting with and purchasing from and buying into. Because essentially they're buying into us. So
of course.
If you don't know us, how are you going to buy into us?
Exactly. So. Exactly that. So I think the first topic we'll cover is kind of what the brand is as a whole.
That is true.
Who are we as a brand?
Who are we?
So we are SelfPaid. SelfPaid, I think when we think of SelfPaid, it's very money-based.
Yeah.
I think especially this society, it's all about money and earning the most. And when you build a brand, it's all about the income and how much you sell. But at the end of the day,
the racks.
Yeah, of course. And obviously, if you do not, what's the word? I can't think of the word. If you don't not accomplish yourself.
If you don't discover who you are. Yeah, basically figure out, is that what we were saying earlier, innit? Like being comfortable and happy in your own skin, like figuring out who you are, conquering your mind, innit? Like conquering you before you try to conquer the world and go chase the rack and chase the pretty girl and get X, Y, and Z. Because you're not gonna get anywhere because you don't know who you are, you're not comfortable who you are, and people are gonna see right through exactly who that is, and it's not you. So might as well just be you, whether you're big, small, large, wide, thin, and just
I love that watching.
and just be happy. Just be happy with what who you are, and just if you want to change something, just work on it and just enjoy life, man. You get me?
It's like all shapes and sizes. That's so funny. I love the way you put that. I think that's so wonderful. I think just in general though, it's really important to conquer your mind.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the time we are controlled by our feelings, and I feel like that's a massive issue in our society, to be honest.
It is.
A lot of people are very ignorant, and to be honest, in this fast-growing world, it's bound to happen. But I feel like you need to know yourself. You can't accomplish nothing if you don't know yourself.
And stop comparing yourself.
Yes, that's the thing with social media. We compare ourselves to everything and everything. It's ridiculous.
You even got the same. My grandmother always telling me a cat and dog don't have the same blessings. Stop comparing yourself to people.
That's the quote of the podcast.
That's gonna be the caption of the title, yeah?
Oh my god, wonderful. That's so funny.
But yeah, what was we talking about earlier now?
We covered a lot.
I know, we should just write things down, but we don't learn.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of got to a point where we was like, when we get to our meetings, because they're usually our meetings, we said, why don't we just turn them into a podcast?
Yeah.
would make more sense, to be honest, and people would know us a lot better. And to be honest, we have such great conversations.
That is true.
Do you know what I mean?
Very in depth.
To be honest, when we talk about one thing, it honestly trails to another thing and another thing. And the thing is, it's so great for your mind because it opens up all kinds of things. And obviously you question stuff, new ideas come.
Yeah.
That's why it's so great to talk to other people, because obviously you can open up your mind to do things. And share your ideas. I feel like a lot of the time we don't get to share
Ideas, because we're just concerned about, okay, we need to do this, we need to get content, and we were so busy doing X, Y, and Z for the brand, marketing, sales funnel, content, but we don't actually talk about like the mindset of the brand, the planning of the brand, the structure, what we're moving on to. So our meetings, turning them into a podcast, is a great idea, and it sheds some light on the ideas that we have coming for you guys. So hopefully you're excited for them as much as we are excited for them. And yeah, so if you guys know any networking event, please slide them into DMs and let us know. We would want to network more. We're trying to go out more and network with people and actually turn this into a series as well. So it'd be good to go out, network people, find out other people's stories and their journeys and how they came along and where they are and why they think they might be self-paid. They haven't got the approval from us yet, but let's see why they think they are self-paid, and then we might give them the approval.
It's like self-paid approved. I like that.
It's true.
I idea that.
It's true.
Do you know what's the funniest thing? I was actually talking to someone the other day about, I can't remember, I think it was one of my friends, about how, you know, corporate businesses, they don't tend to kind of listen to their people because it's so big and wide. Yeah. Obviously they just kind of stick to one or two things. But that's one thing I love about working with SelfPaid, is that you're valued as a person. Do you know what I mean? Your opinions matter and you're listened to. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing worse than working in a job where you're literally not listened to, you're not valued as a person, because the business is so big. So I think that's just a massive thing that I really value, to be honest, myself, because I've worked in many jobs like that, and it's not nice, because at the end of the day, you're just a number. That is true. You're replaceable. Of course, you're just a number, which is really, really sad. It's not wrong. To be honest, at SelfPaid, we're trying to build a family. I think that's what it's about. Yeah, it's about building up that bond as a family, and even when the team expands, like even coexisting with everyone, not just knowing someone just as they come through the door or clock in or log on or whatever, and just think after the day's done, or even if somebody's go through something, it's not like they have time off, let's just leave them to go for it, and they're due back on Monday, we'll see how they're doing on Monday. Like, now we take time to check on people and see if they're alright and how they're doing. Yeah, I think that's what we definitely share in our relationship, is we understand that we go through stuff, and I feel like we do talk about stuff and share with one another. Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily about making action towards it, but I think it's just about knowing that someone's there for you. Because I know a lot of these corporate places, they say, oh, you know, health and well-being, but it's like you have to climb up the ladder in order to get help. Yeah. Which is really sad, but that is the reality of it now, isn't it? Unfortunately. But here we care about everyone. True, true. I think that's another thing. When we go to events and stuff, it's so wonderful to connect with other people, and the amount of people that we've met is just absolutely wonderful. And I know. You'd think that people are really, well, more in London, people are more, secluded. They kind of keep themselves to themselves. Yeah. I feel like when we went to Birmingham, that was a perfect example of how wonderful the people are. That was mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, people are this nice? Yeah, honestly. It was crazy. It was like, is this even real? Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Like, the amount of love they showed. And they actually thought we were from Birmingham. Yeah. And when they found out we actually came from London, it was just more love, because they couldn't believe we came all this way just for an event. Yeah. Yeah, but Birmingham, we're coming back. Wonderful. Yeah, we're coming back. It's the place. Honestly. But we still love you, London, so there's no need to be jealous here. No, of course not. There's enough love to go around. So for our future events, we actually have quite a lot planned. Some really exciting stuff, to be honest. I'm going to let Wade explain kind of what's going to happen. I'm really excited for it. Yeah, so like we were saying earlier with the events in other places, we plan to do a lot more next year. So one of our things we're trying to do is basically, when we interact with and network with these other brands or even networking events, we're basically
trying to interview people and connect with people and find out their story, and even invite them on the podcast and talk why they've come, why they started, how they get here, what's their road been like, because everyone's road is bumpy here and there, and basically let's find out why they are self-paid, and also doing quizzes like even about the brand and then just general lifestyle and stuff. And we're gonna start doing giveaways even on live Instagram. We're gonna do Q&As on Instagram and on the spot quizzes, so we can do giveaways. So we'll pick that winner straight on the spot. It's straight in person, no through the post and none of that long stuff. Straight and direct. So that's some of the things that we have planned coming up for the year. And we have a good facelift that's coming. A lot of you won't know what the facelift means, but eventually you figure out what it means. So stay tuned and you find out what that is.
It's a little surprise.
Yeah, it's a little surprise.
So next time on our next series, we're gonna We're gonna do these. We're not trying. We're doing. We're
doing.
We're making it happen. We're gonna do this series once a week. We might come out with another series as well, but our next week episode will be about me and Wade.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know how to pronounce my name as well. It's Simini. Just to put it out there. A lot of people, yeah, Simone. I've got Simon before. I'm really offended. Do I look
Simon?
like a...
What?
Don't even.
That's crazy.
But my name is pronounced Simini. So me and Wade will do a episode next week about ourselves.
Yeah.
So you guys can get a little in-depth of kind of our history, who we are today, how we became who we are. I guess in a sense how we kind of got into the brand as well. Obviously this is your brand.
Yeah. No, it's our brand.
It's our brand.
It's our brand.
He's so polite. It's a we thing.
Yeah, it's a we thing. There's no me and team.
That's true. So obviously you'll get to know us a lot more and how we became this brand.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that. But obviously I hope you guys have a blessed and safe rest of your week. I don't know what day we're going to post this. Week or weekend, either one or both. I hope you guys enjoyed the weather of somewhat. It's been raining and cold, but we're still here, grinding.
It's England, so you just got to deal with it, innit? But yes, so this is our self-paid podcast. We might have 2 podcasts coming. We haven't decided yet, really. So we're just testing the waters on the first one. I hope you guys enjoyed it and it was very informative to you. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Enjoy, guys.
Peace.
I feel like that was really fun.
That was.
Do you hold it?
Yeah. Alright, cool. Welcome, people. You're here for the. Look, every time
this podcast has turned road.
You know, making me laugh, bro. I can't do it.